versed in the Bible than I am. You know what I'm saying? Like my faith come more of what I see than what I
You're
read
on
in the
fire
Bible.
right now, bro. You're
You
on
know what I'm
fire
saying?
right now.
And the same thing with like prayer. Like I get most of my blessings from prayer. And that's the thing, like I had this mentality of if I stay out of God's house, he'll stay out of my house. That way, you know what I'm saying? Because like I was doing a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Now, one thing that I didn't do, like I don't get high, you know what I'm saying? Now I did drink, you know what I mean, hanging with
Oh, you
certain
can
people and
drink.
stuff.
You can
To
drink.
do yeah, yeah. See, I would drink and like hang with random people, but I did that just to, cause you know, me being a person that didn't grow up with my parents, you know what I'm saying, and having like these abandonment issues I got. I guess you could say, like I hang with people that I don't even want to hang with, just so I can have somebody around. You know what I'm saying? Cause the
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
with me is I've been alone all my life. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I don't got nothing. My family ain't out here in Texas, and they don't. My family damn sure don't come visit this. Don't come visit. You know what I'm saying? So I lived a life of going to other people's houses for holidays and stuff like that. So I think because of that, you know what I'm saying. I said maybe it's better if I just don't love nobody. Because if I don't love nobody, I won't have
Yeah,
expectations.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean on that. I used to use that tactic whenever I was with my kid's mom. I would as a defense mechanism, I would act like I didn't love my children because I figured she wouldn't use them against me. And then I guess that's a start where I started learning how to cut people off and not love them. But you know what, man, you really can't. Everybody has different circumstances. For me, I'm more versed in the Bible, but guess what? I'm going to be more accountable when judgment comes. I'm going to be more accountable for my actions. I'm not saying I'm going to hell, but I'm saying that I'm more accountable because I know more. I know about what the Bible says. And sometimes that scares me because the worst thing you ever want to hear is, get away from me, I never knew you, when you see Jesus. So, I envy you. I'm very proud of you, Richard. You're doing good, on your walk with the Lord. And keep that fire, man. Don't stop reading your Bible, man, because it's like something you have to do every day, they say. It's like manna. It's only good for that day. In the Bible, God, to help the people when they were roaming the desert, he would people would wake up with this manna as like angel food, and they would eat it, but it would only be good for that day. The next day it'd have maggots. So it's almost like reading the Bible. You have to read it every day so you can get God's love in you, so you're able to love others. And
See, and like I said, like me, I don't really get everything from the Bible and like church. I get it from people. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I
yeah,
see God in people
yeah,
by
yeah,
the stuff I see them do. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like now, like I have a lot of little younger. Because the thing about it, I consider myself a leader
hmm
amongst a lot of friends, and I have a lot of younger dudes that look up to me. And I went to go visit two of them here recently that's locked up. And one thing that I used to do was I used to run from these dudes because I didn't want, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to never give them the wrong advice. You know what I mean? So I would avoid them. But it was good that I avoided them because my mind, like 2 or 3 months ago, ain't the same as it is now. Me
hmm
going to go talk to them now, every time I talk to them, they'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? They take more accountability because they talk to me,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And the reason why they take more accountability talking to me is because I'm speaking life into them and I'm giving them help. You know what I mean? Whereas, like I said, I used to just ignore them. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I ignored them because I didn't want to be responsible for nobody. You know what I mean? But now I'm helping them the most. Me talking to them, they telling me, they like, man, you coming to see me and talking to me, and I'm reading my Bible. You giving me scriptures to read. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm researching scriptures so I can give it. They'll tell me, hey, I'm going through this problem. I'll find some scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Go to the jail and give it to them so they can it can help them work that out. And then those same scriptures help me too.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I hope what we get out of this, because I'm kind of retarded, man. Sometimes I need you to show me how to get that help. Get on your phone, show me the website, show me who to call, because I need help. Um, a lot of us don't have the luxury of going to see a doctor, going to get uh, go seeing a therapist. You get to see a therapist? What? That's unheard of. Well, I mean, growing up in the South Side, and I'm not saying that. Well, I am saying that it's hard to get access for men for to see a psychiatrist, especially if you don't have insurance. But I know you had told me something about Obamacare, even though I was like, man, I don't know. But I mean, hey, man,
You
if you
got to
got to
do
get
what you
some
got to
help, you
do.
got to get some help. You got to talk to somebody. You know, you got to get out there and see. I love you, man, because you're I celebrate your tenacity because you're always trying to get me out. A lot of times, I just want to stay to myself. I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to bother them with my issues. And it could be maybe because maybe I'm a selfish asshole. Sometimes I don't want to be bothered with people's issues. Maybe that's why I think like that. I don't know. I need to see a psychiatrist to unravel that. But whenever I hate to throw my father under the bus, but when I would call my dad, a lot of times I didn't seem like I was, he's got shit to do. And I wouldn't be mad at him. I'm like, damn, well, all right, let me get to. But no, you got to get a lot of that stuff out, man, because if you don't, you bottle it up and then you go off and do something stupid and you're in prison. Or I would never think about killing myself, but a lot of people are in prison because of dumb things. I'll even go as
Three
far as a lot of
seconds.
guys are in prison because of women. But don't get me started on that, man.
3 seconds. Three seconds to cost you your life.
Yeah.
I got a homeboy right now in California. I gotta go see. See, and that's one thing I was saying about God's blessings. Like I couldn't see God's blessing, but then when I look at my homeboys, I got one homeboy. He got shot and killed of something that he had nothing to do. My best friend, he died. He died in the streets in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? And then I got another friend that's doing life. Well, I got two friends doing life without parole, and I'm the one out here enjoying life, but I can't see blessings, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're free, man, you better be doing something, man. There's a lot of people that, like you said, that are gone, and I could guarantee you that if they were to be able to talk to you, and they'd be like, "What are you crying for? You're still alive. It's better to be a dead dog. No, it's better to be a living dog than a dead lion, because a living dog still has a chance up here on this earth while he's still here. That lion's dead. There's a game over for him. So, man, if you want to call me a living dog, then I'm a living dog, man. And we're still here. And I'm glad you dragged me on here, man, because I didn't want to do it. But I can promise you there's guys out here that, for instance, I'm just going to be candid. I would go to this Bible study group, and I would be quiet. And they'd be like, well, brothers, is there anybody that needs prayer? And I was like, just sitting there like, I'm not going to say what I need prayer for. And I had this buddy named Mel, and he was like, yeah, I need prayer. Man, I was looking at porn this weekend. And I was like, I was looking, I was looking at porn this weekend. Pray for me too. And I was like, man, thank you for getting that out there, because there's things that men go through. And I'm not saying I have that issue. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of my demons, but I have a lot of pride. Um, and, that what got me here was in my whole situation is like, to talking to you, opening up, is being humbled. When your
It's the same
pride
thing
is
happened to me.
gone, dude, you'll tell anything. And
Same
it's
thing that happened to me. Sometimes being humbled is necessary because I
that's
wouldn't have
true.
had the breakthroughs I had without being humbled. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for being, even though the situation was real bad, I'm thankful for it. I don't
Yeah,
care. I don't care that it hurt me to my soul. I'm thankful for it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because it brought out a different mentality in me. You know what I mean?
yeah. We don't know if it's God that does it or maybe our own actions, but I always thank God that He chokes me in the shallow water before I get too deep. You know, um, it
Like
says that
that.
if you're a child of God, He disciplines the one He loves. And maybe what got me here is not only my decisions, but God has me here, so I save my soul. Sometimes you got to lose a lot of things for you to realize that what you don't have, possibly. But I don't know what God has planned for me. I know that I'm grateful that you got me on here, man.
Yeah, like I
So
said, man.
this is
We
the
gonna
first time.
we gonna start off this, and then we gonna hit these streets because it's like I said, we think we got problems, but there's people out here that make our problems look like they ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's who we gonna try to reach. And then, like I said, we gonna show how hard it is for them to get help. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna try to get out here and help them get funding and help and
I've always
resources.
wanted to do something like that. I mean, not only with that, but just like with calling the IRS or so and so, and you're on the phone and it's on hold. Like, man, I want the president to see what I got to go through. They got to fix this. Well, let's show people how hard it is to get help as a man. Um, you call those shelters, and there was a time as a kid where I needed it, and for me, I didn't feel like there was any.
Yeah, it's not
No
many men's
mercy, man,
shelters
for
out there.
men, brother. If you get beat up by your old lady, you call the police. Good luck, man. The best case scenario is you both get tickets. But there ain't no pity, man. You have a scratch on your face. You as a man, there ain't no pity for you, man. There's no pity. There's no help, brother.
Timed out. Timed out, Jason. Yeah, but I understand what he's saying. There's not a lot of help out here for men. You know what I mean? And same thing with boys. There's a lot of boys out here. They misguided. They either got a lot of guys around them that's not showing them the way, the right way. It's a lot of guys showing them the wrong way. Like me personally, I didn't show a lot of younger guys I know the wrong way. But what I did was they watched stuff that I did, and by them watching stuff that I did, a lot of them was lost because they looking at me like if Rich do it, I guess it's cool if I do it. You know what I mean? And me not being the man I'm supposed to be, I'm not telling these younger guys, hey man, that ain't how you supposed to live your life. Like I live my life alone because I always been alone. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna be real to most of the people out there, the best thing you can do is find you somebody to live that life with. Because living a life alone is hard. It's something I did all my life, and it's no good. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna end it right there. I don't know what happened to Jason. He probably lost the signal, but check out our next broadcast. We're gonna hit the streets soon. We're gonna react to some videos of men having mental breaks and teenagers. Show some of the crazy stuff that these boys is out here doing because of their lack of having resources and people to help them. And we also lack men that are willing to go out there and help. That's why so many of our boys are lost because we need men to go out there and help. And that's what I'm doing. I'm volunteering my time to go help these boys that I know. You know what I'm saying? And if you live in my area and you got a son that need to be somebody to talk to him, I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's free to give advice. You know what I mean? Like I said 2 or 3 months ago, I wasn't in the headspace to help nobody. But now, reflecting on a lot of stuff in my life and stuff like that, being grateful now and taking accountability for a lot of stuff, recognizing what I was doing, seeking counseling, you know what I mean? Like I got two professionals helping me, you know what I mean? I got one helping me on my lack of love, and I got the other one helping me on my past, trying to get me on the right track. And I got a lot of friends that surround me that's been through a lot of stuff that I'm going through, and I thought I was the only one until I started hearing these stories, and I'm like, oh Jesus, they done been through it too. So anyway, we're gonna end it there. See everybody later. Catch us later on this week with the next episode of Homeboys Healing, Mental Health Unfiltered. Peace.